Hello, everybody. Good afternoon once again. And let me greet us happy preparation. I am very, very sure that if you have been following us, I want to believe that you would have known that next week, Saturday, will be the JAMB, should I say JAMB lesson? Exam. It's starting on the 15th. On the 19th. That should be Friday. So we have come across, and when you come in one way or the other to at least come with revision exercise, like I told you last week, that this week will be a revision. Therefore, we are going to be having our revision this week, meaning today, on physics, biology, and mathematics. If you can see your screen, you'll discover we are having our tutors. The picture of our tutors that are going to be lecturing us, giving us some hints. Like I have told you, it is not that we are going deep. We have been going deep for some weeks back now. But today we are just looking at our tutors are going to be carrying us or taking us on some topics that are very, very important. You cannot escape them in UTME examination. So they will just try speaking on the topics and look at one or two questions on those topics in order for us to prepare or equip ourselves more and for us to stand out among our peers. And I'm very sure, I pray with the help of God, we are coming out in flying colors. 300 above. That is our expectation. 300 and above. Without wasting much of time, once again, I'm Hanishe Emmanuel Kende, the chemistry tutor for Sci Africa. Olùkọ́ yín tí ń kọ́ chemistry ní èdè Yorùbá pẹ̀lú Sci Africa. I'm advising us and I'm telling us again, preaching Sci Africa unto us. Let us take it as a point of duty in order to notify our friends, everyone around us to log in. Just go there first. Try to log in into www.scihapica. Try downloading one or two things about the application. Listen to the first topic, and I'm very, very sure you listening to the first lecture will change your motive about South Africa. We have try coming together in order to explain, to take it as a point of work to every one of us, bring science or subject in science like physics, chemistry, biology, and mathematics to us in our indigenous language. You think it's not possible? Oh, I know most people will still be contemplating, still be worried or doubting that, oh, is this possible? How will someone teach chemistry with Yoruba language? How will someone teach mathematics in Yoruba language or physics and biology in Yoruba language? If you can remember very well, one of our tutors here, in person of our biology gurus, was teaching us a particular day, and he was teaching with song, biology with song, meaning it is possible to teach with indigenous language. So, like I am saying, therefore, please tell your people, your friends, your relatives, those around you about South Africa. Preach it to them. Preach South Africa to them. Let them download the application. Let them listen. The more you are able to listen or learn in your mother's language, you will be able to understand, effectively understand the full, even in details, about the subject matter. Imagine if someone is now teaching you in this part a kind of language, and you are if you're Yoruba language, Yoruba indigene, and someone is now teaching in Yoruba, telling you that okay, this is this, this is that in Yoruba language. You discover you understand compared to when we start speaking in English. So I am advising every one of us, please go to our Sci Africa application or website, download Sci Africa app, and you will enjoy better. In order not to waste much of our time, let me quickly start introducing our tutors to us. We have three tutors who shall be taking us today. By very soon, by 12:20, we are going to be kickstarting the work. We are having great tutors among us, the gurus in mathematics, the guru in chemistry, in physics, and guru in biology. Last week we were able to look at chemistry and looking at some hint about that. So this week we are starting with physics first, then followed by biology, and we are concluding today's lecture with mathematics. Therefore, sit down, take your notes, your biro, your calculators, your jotters, every writing material that you know, and your what? Your faith, and your determination. And I pray you will never miss it. Thank you very much. Immediately when it is 12:20, we are starting by the special grace of God. Thank you very much. Once again, uh, I quickly want to tell us. I think tutors, before our tutors commence their work today, can we just put it on the chat box so that we'll make it lively? Can we just put it in the chat box? Those of us that have been able to at least print our centers. Where is your center? Let's know your center. Are you writing your own UTME exam? Is it in Kwara State? Is it in Lagos State? Is it in Ogun State? Where? Let's try to at least know more about. Where are you writing? Where are you writing your own UTME exam? Have you been able to
Ogun
print
State,
it? Ogun State. Where in Ogun State? Amobolaji.
Oshiele,
Wow, Oshiele. So what was the course? What course are you putting in for?
Computer Science.
Wow, great. So you want to be a computer guru. So wow. Interesting. Wow. Oshiele. Is it on Friday, Saturday, or when?
It's on Saturday.
On Saturday. So next week. What do you say?
Yes, next week. Next week Saturday on 20th.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Who else is there? Who else is there? Any other person? Someone just put it on the group chat, Africa Student Community, that is there going to be class today? If I can interpret very well. Yes, there's going to be class. So Mobolaji is just telling us that we are going to be he will be writing his own in Yoruba. I mean, sorry, in Oshiele in Abeokuta on Saturday, next week Saturday. And I pray the retentive memory from above, my God will grant it unto you in Jesus' name. So just believe you can do it. Believe we can do it. Believe you can do it. That is one thing about it. A friend of mine will always say that for someone to learn or someone to succeed in life, it is a matter of the mindset. There's nobody that is born of a dullard. There's nobody that is born with or being genius. The only thing is you just have it in mindset. Change your mindset. If you don't have a positive mindset before, change it. Ensure you have a positive mindset that truly, please. The class has started as geek stated. Please just join. Have the mindset like I'm saying that you want to make it. You want to make it. I could remember when I was in school. My first year in university. Someone came up. I think there was an issue then, and someone was okay. Two people were fighting, yeah, in the chemistry laboratory, and the other person was saying, look at me, èmi ò ní nǹkan ṣe o, ìwọ ló wá ní nǹkan ṣe ń bí yìí o. Now look at that statement. That day I felt somehow. So you right from 100 level for semester, we are yet to even write the examination, and someone started saying, I've been saying, wow, èmi ò ní nǹkan ṣe o, ẹ̀yin lẹ ní ìdí ẹ o. You understand that kind of thing, that kind of motive. So definitely you should know the future of that person. I must be sincere with you. The person didn't agree with us. In fact, I'm not even sure. I wasn't sure that he was able to at least scale through to the second, 200 level. I wasn't sure. Another scenario was that someone was telling me then was saying, wo ọmọ èmi ò lè ṣe kò sẹ́ni tó ní gbogbo wọn ló máa ní first class. Look at that. Kò sẹ́ sorry, gbogbo wọn ló máa ní carry over. Kò sẹ́nibody tó máa jáde tí ò ní ní carry over. Look at that kind of statement. I felt somehow. How will someone come up with this and say, oh, kò sẹ́nibody tó ẹnì kò ní gbádà kò ní ṣaláì má carry course? Then I made it known to myself that truly I must scale through university without carryover. I must be sincere with you. It took me a lot of hard work, and God really helped. I can tell you boldly, I never for once, because I knew as we were proceeding, the thing continued getting tougher. But with the help of God, we were able to scale through. No carryover. Another person told me, oh, the time is, oh, let me quickly share this. Another person told me that, see, I'm not even after first class, so let them just give me second class lower, upper. I said, why can't you aim for first class? The person was now telling me, well, I'm on the first class. I must be sincere with you. With that kind of statement, the person came out with third class. Look at that, third class. So you need to aim higher. You need to aim higher. So academic performance and excellence of a child is the mindset. It depends on the mindset. So without wasting much time, like I have told you, I am Anisha Emmanuel Kehinde, olùkọ́ tí ń kọ́ chemistry ní èdè Yorùbá. Cinderella, you are welcome. Cinderella, you are welcome. Cinderella, you are welcome. I will hand over the mic to Mr. Boaz Babajide. I will hand the mic to him now to start with us in the area of physics. Then after physics, we go to biology to mathematics. So Bolaji, you are welcome. I think there's Cinderella also here. Cinderella, you are welcome. Yeah, Cinderella, can we meet you? Where are you writing your UTME? Can you tell us? Just unmute and quickly tell us. Then you mute your mic back. Where are you writing? Is it there, Cinderella?
It is Chidera, not Cinderella. It's Chidera.
Oh, sorry, Chidera. Sorry, Chidera. Where are you writing? Chidera Godwin, right? Where are you writing it? Yeah, unmute your mic. Unmute your mic. I can see you raising up your hand. I can see you raising up your hand. You've signified. Can you just unmute your mic? Where are you writing it?
So I'm writing in Shandam.
Shandam.
Yes.
Shandam. Yes. Where in Shandam? Where?
Inside Jos, sir.
Jos. Okay. I wish you best of luck.
Thank you, sir. Sir, please, I want to ask a question, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I'm hearing about this the JAMB Expo. Sir, is it true?
The JAMB what?
Some people are chatting me up now that they are running JAMB Expo. So I want to ask whether it's true, sir.
If I can hear you very well, you're talking about JAMB tutorial, right?
Yes, some people are telling me that they're doing JAMB Expo. They have a phone package, they have computer package.
Oh, this site you have, this is what we call Sci Africa. Can you please mute your mic, please? For you to be able to hear me very well. This is Sci Africa, right?
Sir?
This is Sci Africa. You are hearing us. This is Sci Africa, and presently, I would just advise you, just log into www.africa. We have an app which you can download. We've tried teaching different subjects in sciences. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
In indigenous language. So every Saturday, we normally hold learning is fund to equip students, because we discover most students don't have opportunity to, or they don't understand most of the lecture in school. So South Africa try coming up with a particular app. Can you please mute your mic, please?
Sir?
Mute your mic, please. Mute your mic.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. So South Africa has tried coming up with a particular application whereby you can just log into, register with your phone number, then you will receive a OTP. Immediately you just input the OTP, then you have the opportunity to look at what we offer there. We have tried tutoring physics, chemistry, biology, and mathematics in indigenous language. Are you getting now? So if your own language is not there, we are just coming up with that. Do you understand? So you just have to calm down. But you just have to download, then you listen to the subjects. And it is with a very, very affordable amount. Very affordable
Hello,
amount.
sir.
You said
Sir, please,
what?
what is the name of the app, please?
Sci Africa. Sci Africa. SCIAFRIKA. Sci Africa. SCIAFRIKA. So that is the app. But you can go to Sci Africa the website for www.southafrica website. Are you getting? Just go there first. So it's gonna help you get information, a lot of information about that. So because of our time, we're starting now. Thank you very much for
Yes,
that question.
sorry, please,
Um,
Mr. Nishi.
okay.
Yeah, I just quickly want to share my screen so that to show the student about our website before the instructor starts.
Okay, good. Thank you very
So
much.
I hope you all can see my screen.
Yes.
Yeah, amazing, awesome. So when you input southafrica.com on your browser, on your Google Chrome or any other Opera Mini or anything you are using, so you come here, you click on enroll. So this is how you're going to get access to our app. So you click on enroll. So it's going to take you to our app. So it's because I've already logged in into our app. So let me log out. So if you are just getting to the app for the first time, you are just going to create your account with just your phone number. That's the only thing you need. Just like you have an OP account with your phone number, just input your phone number and your password, then you are good to go. So I'll be pasting a YouTube link on our YouTube on how you can download the app to your phone so that we can start with the class. So expect the link soon. You can copy it now and you should watch it after this lesson to download the app. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. I think we can start now.
Thank you very much. That is the CEO. That is the CEO. Thank you. Thank you for that brief explanation on how you can download. So we are starting to see Dadela. I believe you are here. So we are starting now. Please let every student mute their mic, please. Okay, Mr. Sama, you want to say something? You can quickly go on, please.
Thank you, sir. I want us to ask Chidera Godwin if he understands Yoruba, because that name doesn't sound like somebody who understands Yoruba. I think we should ask him before talking about the app. So he's hearing.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Shidera. Do you understand Yoruba?
Sir, no, I'm not a Yoruba, sir. I'm an Igbo, sir.
Oh, okay, no problem, no problem. We are coming presently. You can still go. You can still go and download the app. Are you getting it? You can still
Okay,
go
sir.
on and download the app so you will know more. You can tell your friends in Yoruba language, I mean Yoruba culture, and we are still coming up with English and other languages. Are you getting it? So just go and download the app. You have seen the link has been sent. The link has been set. You can still try. You just go
Okay, sir.
to the.
So now let me leave the classes.
No. You are not leaving. You are not leaving.
Okay.
You are
Okay.
not leaving. Please don't leave
Okay.
now. We want to tutor everyone here. We are using English.
Okay.
Thank you. Kindly mute your mic. So, Mr. Ajayi, the physics tutor, the physics guru for South Africa, I will hand over the mic to him. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Yeah, good afternoon from wherever you're hearing me. Thank you, Mr. Nishi, for that wonderful introduction. So, I believe everyone can hear me.
Yes, sir, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Yeah. So,
Yes, yes.
thank you. Mr. Nishi, I can't share my screen, so I would like to share my screen. So, before I go on, I also want to say yesterday, yeah, it was
Yeah, I
yesterday I
think you can go
was
on. You can share your screen.
okay. I was supervising. It's not allowing me yet, sir. So Let's check it again. So I was supervising some mock JAMB mock examination, and I saw some reactions of students, and in 2 minutes, that's what I'll just be saying before I now move to. So I see that students are basically prepared for the heavy questions. What do I mean by heavy questions? Just believe, wow, physics. I need I need those big formulas, and you know, once I know them. Yes, physics, you need the formulas. You need to know the concept what you're doing, but do you understand how you will apply those formulas? That's one basic thing. So if you know formulas, good, but learn how to apply them. Number two, they lose focus on the little concepts. What do I mean by the little questions? Like just asking you what is like asking you a simple question of what will be the maximum height in a projectile, what will be the angle of a maximum height in a projectile. You don't even need to lift your pen. You just need to understand the concept and you will know the answer. So students pay less attention to those parts. And so I'll be touching that part today. And one of the first one I want to look at is how to measure micrometer screw gauge and how to use vernier caliper. Let me share my screen. Okay, it's not allowing me yet. Somebody should help. I can't I can't I can't share my screen yet, sir. Okay, so one other thing I also measure is that we lost attention, we we lost focus with time. There are so many brilliant students yesterday I met, but many of them could not finish. This is just a mock exam, but many of them could not finish it. They could not finish those questions. They were just jumping from one subject to the other, from one subject, and they were just frustrated at the point. These were just all my view. I don't have to say anything because I'm just an editor. But the issue is that, and that is why I'm bringing it to my students, which you are part of, that don't know the subject you want to do part time. And I think you should go with your strength topic first, your strength subject first, so that you save time with that. Then move one after the other. Don't waste time on a question so much. Once you see that you're not getting it within a flip second, move on. You can come back to visit it. So students get stressed up at questions like that. I wish. Okay, Mr. Anishi.
Yeah,
Hello?
I'm trying to let you share. Please.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
So
please.
bear with us. In 1 minute, you see my screen. So as I'm saying, oh, sorry, it's not a record. Okay, I can now share. Thank you, sir. I can now share. So as simple as this question looks, some students could not answer it. Yesterday. This is just my observation, though. When you see a question like this, how do you quickly? It should not even take you 2 minutes. What is vernier caliper? What is micrometer screw gauge? This year, what is called the micrometer screw gauge. It's called and it's split into two scale. We have the main scale and we have the vernier scale. So this is the main scale and this is the vernier scale. I hope you can all see my screen. So you are going to see numbers like this. So they might not draw this whole thing for you for your exam. They won't draw this for you. What you are going to see something like this or something like this. So how do you calculate this? I know you guys are all working on AC circuits and big topics and all that, but as small as this topic look, which is even part of the SS1 topic, and which I think many students lose touch of because they are now in the senior classes and all that, is very important. It could come out. It could be your number one question or whatever it is. So however it comes out, you should be able to squash it out. So what will be the solution to this guy? Now, this is how you measure it. This is the main scale here. This is the vernier scale here. If you are not new to it, you will know that this year, all of this micrometer screw gauge is measured in millimeter. So we are going to be measuring in millimeter. But here, look at is 0, 5, 10. So if this is 0, 5, 10, that means that every stroke is 1 unit. What do I mean? So if this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. Are we getting? Okay, so this is 5. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now this is 10. The next 2 stroke we can see here is 12. So we can see 12 here, but this line is standing in between 12 and 13. So we can see that the main scale is reading a unit called 12.5, because the last stroke we can see is 12, but it is not actually standing on 13. It is now between that means that it is between 12 and 13. So that's 0.5. So that's 12.50. The main scale is reading that. What is the vernier scale reading? Now let's look at it. This is 20, this is 25. So this line here, if you can see my screen, is eventually touching a number here on the vernier scale. So what number is it touching? Definitely it's touching 25. So this 25, we can't just put it here because it is in millimeter. It has to be 0.25. So if this is 0.25, what will be our total unit that this scale is reading? Or be our total unit this guy is reading? So that's going to be what? 0.5. We are going to add it together. That's going to be 5. This is going to be 7. This point what? 1, 2. So this 12.75 millimeter. This is how simple you read your micrometer screw gauge. This is how simple you read your micrometer screw gauge. Just one more to go, so that I can move to other things.
Sir, I have a question
Yeah,
to ask, sir.
yeah, go ahead.
Sir, please, where do you get this 12.50?
Okay, so now you see the main scale. This is the main scale reading. MS reading. That is the main scale reading. And where is our main scale? This is it. Can you see mine? Where I am pointing?
Yes, I'm seeing, sir.
Yeah, that is the main scale. This
Okay.
is the vernier scale. So this is the main scale reading. This is the vernier scale reading. You understand? So the main scale reading, every stroke is one unit each. This one is not like that. This one is 1 scale each. So if this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can see these 2 points here. This is 12. So if this is 10, this one is 11, and this is 12. 12. Now, this 0.5 is because this line, if you can see what I'm drawing right now, this line is not actually standing on the 13th stroke. So it is standing between 12 and 13. Maybe because, the diagram is so long seen and all that. So that is why it is 12.5, and that is the scale of this main reading. While this is giving us the vernier reading, 12, 20, 0.20, 0.21, 0.22, 0.23, 0.24, and this is standing on 0.25, and that is the reading for the vernier scale. Do you get it, sir?
Yes, sir, I'm getting it, sir.
Thank you. So let's go to the second one. So we have 10 for the second one. This is 10. This will be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Are you following me? So if this is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, you can see also that this line here that runs down is also not standing on 20. It's standing on between 19 and 20. So we say this is also 19.50. I don't know if you get me. Then that is the that's the reading of our main scale. Now, what is the reading of our vernier scale? This is 10, 0.10, 0.11, 0.12, 0.13, and 0.14. So this line that comes here is standing on a number called 0.14, 0.14. So that is how we do our calculations. And this is 4, this is 6, this is 9, and this is 1 millimeter. That is the value for that. Any questions, sir? I'm moving on to, sorry, this is vernier caliper. Oh, I'm sorry for this vernier caliper, this micrometer screw gauge. I'm sorry for the misconception. Can I move ahead? Okay.
Yes, you can move ahead.
Okay, so this is another one. This is another one. We can both measure internal circumference of a ball or external circumference of a ball, diameter of a wire. All of that can be measured with these instruments. They are used to measure tiny solid shapes. Tiny solid shapes. That's what they are used for. So this one also have two scales. We have the main scale here. This also is called the vernier scale. The main scale here, the vernier scale here. So now here we are with a question. Here is another question we have here. So how can we, and this is a real life measurement. You can see what they are trying to measure here. You can see what they are trying to measure here, and they have given us this scale here. What would be the value for this? So we are going to be looking at it together. So how do we measure this? We have looked at how we can measure this. So how do we measure this? With the time given to me, look at this. This can be measured in centimeter and also in millimeter, though you can convert your results to millimeter, but this can also be measured in centimeter. So how do we measure that? This is 6. We are going to be looking at where our main scale, this is our main scale on this diagram, and this is our vernier scale on this diagram. We are going to be looking at where our main scale ends, the point at which it ends. What is the point at which this main scale is ending? So we look at this stroke. This stroke is 6. That means this stroke is not 7, because this is 7 here. So what will be this? So this is going to be 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, 6.4, 6.5, 6.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9. Then we can now have 7. So if we have that, this is going to be 6.1, this is going to be 6.2. So if this is 6.2, this is where main scale end and the beginning of the vernier scale. So what we are looking out for is what? The beginning of vernier scale. Where does vernier scale begin? And this is it. This point, at this point is where it begins. So what is the value that is there on the main scale, on that point at which the vernier scale begins? And that is 6.20. I don't know if you catch the concepts as. So that is how you bring out your reading for main scale. The point at which the vernier scale ends, that is the point, that's the exact place you pick up your what? Your main scale reading, and that is 6.2. Okay, now that we have our main scale, what is now our vernier scale? What are we looking for? Here in the vernier scale, what we are looking for is the point at which both scale meets. The point at which both of them meets up, link up. Now let's start looking inside the scale, inside the vernier scale, and look at that particular plate at which both of them meet together. Look at this place, they did not meet. Up and down did not meet. Here, up and down did not meet. Here, none. Here, none. Here, none. Here, none. Here, none. Here, none. But look at this place. They met at a point. Here is the place at which they meet. So what is the reading there? This is 5. So if this is 5, what is here? So if this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. So 9, it means that point at which they both meet is 0.09 millimeter. I don't know if you get it, sorry, centimeter, not millimeter, because the scale is actually measured in millimeter, but we have to what? We are taking our reading in what? In centimeter. This unit you have to understand also, how to convert from one unit to the other. Okay, so that is we have both measured our main scale and our vernier scale. So if we have this, what will be our answer? Add them together. This is going to be 9, and this 2, and this is what? 6. So we have 6.2 what? Centimeter, 6.29 centimeter. That is how to read for our. So I'm just going to be doing this. You can try this, maybe later on after this class, because I think my time will soon be up. So if you are given a real life scenario like this, what will be the actual value? What will be the actual value for you? So let's zoom in. I don't know if I can. Now look at how clear it is. What are the two things I think I said we should be looking out for? Number 1 was where the vernier scale starts, right? And that's where we are going to pick the reading for our main scale. And number 2, how are we going to pick our vernier scale? Where both meet. So first, look at this. If this is 0.1, is 0, is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now look at this, is the end of what? This is the end of the main scale, and that is the beginning of the vernier scale, because look at our vernier scale starts from here. This is our vernier scale. It starts from here. So our value right here is what? 0.8 cm. So if we have 0.8 cm here, look at, is measured in millimeter. So what will be our value for the vernier scale? This is our main scale value. What will be our value for the vernier scale? Our value for the vernier scale, we look at where both of them meet up. Do they meet here? No. Here? No. Here? No. Check very well. No. 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 Almost. No. Almost. No. Almost. No. Almost. No. But look at here. Look at this place. Did they meet? Yes. So you see, 10 millimeter. So it's 0.05 millimeter. So we have to convert it because this is standing on 10. If this is standing on 10, that's basically 0.10. So that's 0.10 cm. So what will be the total
Hello, sir.
addition?
I have a question, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, please, I want to know the meaning of this vernier skin, sir. The meaning.
Okay, so vernier caliper is divided into 2 scale. Micrometer scale gauge is divided into 2 scale. Are you getting it, sir? Both of them have 2 scales.
I'm hearing you, sir.
Yeah, so both of them have 2 scale. I don't know if you get it. Both of them have 2 scale.
Yes, I'm
This is the
getting.
first scale. The first scale is called the main scale.
Yeah.
That is this long ruler. The
Yes, that is
first
the
one is the main scale.
ruler
This
general.
second one
Celiac scale.
is the what? Vernier scale.
The
Do you
main.
understand?
Yes, sir.
If I show you the real picture of micrometer screw gauge too, the real picture of this micrometer screw gauge too, they have two scale. This
Excuse
is
me, sir.
one. Okay. Yes.
Excuse me, sir.
Go ahead.
Can you come again, please?
Okay.
George.
Eh?
Can you hear me?
Please come again.
Okay, so this is a picture of a vernier caliper. Do you understand? There are two readings there. If you can look at it, there are two readings. Like all of these are readings. Do you understand? So the long one inside is the main scale. This one down here is what is called the vernier scale. We have to add both scale together to get the actual measurement of this object we want to measure. So if I show you, okay, sorry, this is the another picture of micrometer screw gauge. These also have two scale. Look at this part. This is the main scale. Look at this part. This is the vernier scale. Just like the picture we have here. Main scale, vernier scale. So we have to calculate them just the way we have done today and add them together for it to give us the accurate result. So every of these two instruments have two scales. Unlike the meter rule, even the meter rule is calibrated in two also, but not differently, just one instrument, but you can see the centimeter part and you can see the millimeter part for those that use millimeter. Some uses inches just to calculate length of a thing. This one does not calculate length. It calculates diameter of an object, circumference, inner circumference, or external circumference of solid shapes. Do you understand? The actual thing here that we want to bring out is for you to know how to read them, and which I have given you a clear way on how to read them. I just hope you understand how to read them now. So whether vernier scale, whether main scale or vernier scale, both of them will be given to you in your question. Know how to read the main scale and know how to read the vernier scale. That is all you need. So concluding this, I have 9 0. So this is the size of the object that is here. 0.9 centimeter is the diameter of that object. Thank you, sir. I don't know, coordinator, do I still have
You have like 7 more minutes, sir. You have like 7 more minutes, please.
Okay, sir.
So please, any student that have any question, you can just ask after the whole explanation, please.
Yeah, so no, it's good for them to clarify that. I don't know if we can answer this particular one now, just to be sure that we are clear. What will be the value of our main scale? Anybody? What will be the value of our main scale? Okay, so the main scale here, because the main scale ends and the vernier scale begins, that's going to be 3.3 cm. And where is the exact position at which both of them come together? Not here, not here, not here, not here, but here. And so if it is there, that will mean this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 0.04 cm. What will be our addition? It's going to be 3.34 centimeter. That will be the value for this one. Well, I hope I am clear concerning that. And so many formulas you still need to get to know when it comes to physics. For example, your motions, our Newton's laws or equations, please let them stick to you as much as you can. Concerning work, power, and energy, please know that potential energy is different from kinetic energy when it comes to formula based on position, and based on motion we have this for kinetic energy. So we have this for kinetic energy. So concerning other things, we have for projectile, there are other formulas too. Even your motions, Newton's formula, please get to know them. Get to know them. When it comes to, remember that motion is different. When it comes to motion of a height, all of this could change to plus or minus, you know. They could change to plus or minus. When something is going like this, if it is going against G, that's going to be minus G. And when it is coming down, that's going to be plus G. You know, at this point, what is V? It's going to be 0. So all of this basic concept is just what you need to understand when it comes to, and I think South Africa has them in stock for you on our app. Is there, do we have any question? Do we have any question? There was also one issue I saw, just to be, I don't want to be too fast, is about who can tell me uh, there is a force that tend to push this object outside, and there is a force that tend to push this object inside. We have to understand the difference between both force. What is the one inside trying to pull this object inside? What's it called? And what's the one trying to pull this object outside? What is it called? So many students get this confusing. And so let me just, in 1 minute, let me put it out. This is called centripetal. So it's a force that tend to put object into circle, into the circle, while this is called centrifugal. Centrifugal force, it tends to put the object outside of the, it tends to pull it out from this circle. So we have to know which one is actually the main force, because they could just bring this, which of these forces can tend to put this outside, this object outside the circle. Centripetal, centrifugal, just to get you confused. Just to get you confused, you should be able to know. So centripetal force has a formula, and that's mv square over r. So in-depth knowledge and reviewing your study can let you understand some of these things. Can you understand? There's also where the circular velocity comes from, because if this object can go like this, it can also go like this. So what will be the angular velocity? The angular velocity is just theta over time, and this is the theta here. So all of these are just formulas you should know and try to work on if you if you don't have a clear knowledge on them. So those are just my observations, and I just hope that you guys understood that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Boas. Thank you for that. We really appreciate you. We really appreciate you, and we pray God bless you. We all appreciate what you have been doing. So I believe we have been able to gain a lot, not small. We've been able to get a lot. It is understatement to say we have been able to get some things or some tips. No, we have been able to get a lot. Thank you very much. May God continue to enrich your brain for us and preserve and prolong your life for us. Second, now, students, I want you to please pay a rapt attention to our biology tutor, the biology guru in South Africa. So, in person of Mr. Salman, he will be taking us, anchoring us in the next 30 minutes for this section. Thank you, Mr. Salman. The mic is now yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for welcoming me. I also welcome everybody to this call. I want to begin my class like with a little admonition since the exam is fast approaching. We have less than 1 week to exams, and like I said in the last class we had, the key to getting high marks in JAMB is not only knowing it, but knowing the techniques that are involved in getting high marks. And one of the techniques is one, not wasting much time on a particular question. I said that in the last class. So if we don't know a question, I want us to use this method. Let's pick. We have to pick a particular answer in that we think is the answer, even though we're not sure. Let's pick an answer before we continue. The reason is because if you don't pick an answer and you continue like that, and you say you'll come back to answer that question, you may not have time. Since it's CBT, you may not have time to come back to do that particular question. And that answer you have picked like that might even be the right answer. So the best bet is for you to pick an answer and go on. And when you have time, you can now come back to still troubleshoot and see if the answer is correct. So that is one technique we need to apply when we're writing the exams. At the same time, we should also familiarize ourselves with the use of the computer for exams. Some persons have this phobia for writing exams with computer. But when you are used to doing it, so you're used to doing that thing, it won't be a big deal for you in the exam hall. So that is another technique we should also apply. Thirdly, we should arrive at our center on time. When you don't arrive on time and you go after you got there, your number has been called, or maybe that time they gave you has passed. You'll be so what's it called, tensed. So when you enter the exam hall, you won't be settled. But when you get there in good time and you have like 10, 15 minutes to still sit down and wait for your time, then you are settled and you won't be what's it called, tensed in the exam hall. So let's apply this method and the other ones that we've been told by our guys. Let's apply those methods. I believe by God's grace we will do very well in the exams. So let's move quickly to our what we'll have today. We only have 30 or 40 minutes thereabouts. But I want us to make judicious use of our time. I will be sharing my screen for us to see now. If at any point in time you can't see my screen, please notify me so that I can reshare my screen. Can we all see my screen?
No.
Not yet. Oh, yes, now, yes.
All right. So I'll be beginning with this question, number 2 question here. Let's look at this diagram before I call
I
out.
can't see
I
your
read.
screen. No.
Okay, please check again. Can any
I think it's
is
from
that
your end. I can see it. It's from your end. We can see
okay?
it
If you
now.
can't see my screen, you may have to log out and log in again. If you can't see my screen, you may have to log out and log in again so that you can see it. So before I proceed, I would like to ask a question. This diagram we're looking at here, what is a diagram of a cell? So I want to ask everybody, is it an animal cell diagram or a plant cell diagram?
Animal cell.
Hello?
Animal cells.
Okay, fine. It's an animal cell diagram. And the reason why it's an animal cell diagram is because it has a particular shape, a round shape. Animal cells have this round shape, while plant cells have rectangular shape. At the same time, if you look at the number of lines we have in every animal cell, there's usually one line that bounds the cell. Just one line bounds an animal cell. But in a plant cell, we may have three lines bounding the plant cell. The outer one being the cell wall, the middle one being the middle lamella, and the innermost line being the cell membrane. That's for a plant cell. So three lines bound a plant cell, but an animal cell has just one line bounding the whole cell. So that's one thing we can use to identify an animal cell. Just one line is bounding the cell. So it's saying the organ responsible for heredity is what? And when we talk about heredity, we know it's about the nucleus. Nucleus contains the genetic material, the genes, the chromosomes, and the likes. So which of these options is for heredity? So we'll look at which one represents the nucleus. Is it Roman figure 1, II, III, or IV? So the right answer here is Roman figure II. Roman figure II is the answer. That's one, that rounded one is the nucleus. That's where the genetic materials are found. So we'll go quickly to the next question. The part labeled IV is the what? The part labeled IV. Looking at the diagram, the IV is the shape of that IV signifies what? Is it the cell wall? Is it mitochondrion, endoplasmic reticulum, or the nucleus? Based on that shape we're looking at there, it is what? It is the endoplasmic reticulum. I also want us to note here that there are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. There's a smooth one and there's a rough one. That is, we have smooth endoplasmic reticulum. We also have the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So please let's note that. So let's also look at the difference between them, the smooth and the rough. The smooth one has nothing on it. The body is just smooth. While the rough one has some grains. Those grains are called ribosomes. It has ribosomes on it, so it is called a rough endoplasmic reticulum. So in case we see a question like that, what is present on a rough endoplasmic reticulum? The answer is ribosome. Ribosome makes it rough. It's those grains you see on the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So let's go to the next one. Which of the following is most advanced in the evolutionary trend of animals? Which one is most advanced in the evolutionary trend of animals? We have liver fluke, we have earthworm, we have snail, and we have cockroach. This is a very simple question. You know, in biology, we usually arrange organisms in order of hierarchy or in order of evolution. And looking at these examples, these options we have here, they are all invertebrate, don't have bones. All of them are invertebrates. So which one comes first? Which one comes what? Which one comes last? What we have to do is to go to our invertebrate biology. You know, we have the phylum, we have PCP Name, PCP Name, PCP NAMAE. So we have the phylum Porifera, that's for P, phylum Coelenterata, phylum Platyhelminthes, phylum Nematoda, phylum, the E stands for the A after the N stands for Annelida, then M stands for Mollusca, A stands for Arthropoda, and the last E stands for Echinodermata. So what it means is that the phylum Echinodermata is the biggest or the highest in terms of evolution, is the most advanced, while the most primitive is the phylum Porifera. So let's group them. Liver fluke is a member of phylum Platyhelminthes. Earthworm is a member of phylum Annelida. Snail is a member of phylum Mollusca, while cockroach is a member of phylum Arthropoda. So based on that trend, the arrangement, PCP name, the highest one is phylum Arthropoda. That's cockroach. So cockroach is the one that was the highest advancement or the highest one in terms of evolution. So we'll go to the next question. Which of the following is the lowest category of classification? The lowest one. We also have an acronym for this, for the what's it called? The categories of organisms in the ecosystem. We have the highest one is the kingdom, KPC of GS. That's the acronym, KPC of GS. K stands for kingdom, P stands for phylum, C stands for class, O stands for order, F stands for family, G stands for genus, and S stands for species. So that's KPC of GS. So the highest one being the K, followed by P, and the species is the smallest one in the categories. So what is the question? It says which one is the lowest? So the lowest is what is the species category. So that is that. The acronyms will help us a lot to remember the answers to our questions. I want to be sure you can still see my screen.
Yes, we can see it. Yes.
All right. So the next one is number 6. Plants that show secondary growth are usually found among the what? Plants that have secondary growth. We have talophytes, we have pteridophytes, we have monocotyledons, and we have dicotyledons. I'll take us to plant biology. You know, in the kingdom plantae, we have different what divisions. We call it division in plants, but we call it phylum in animals. So the phylum also means division in what in the plant kingdom. So in the plant kingdom, let's arrange them. Divisions based on hierarchy. The first one, the most primitive division is division what? Talophyta. The talophytes are the smallest plants, followed by the bryophytes. They will now have the pteridophytes. So talophytes are the smallest plants. Examples we have what? We have Spirogyra, we have algae. These are the smallest plants we have in evolution. Then the bryophytes are next. Bryophytes will have the mosses and the liver fluke. Yeah, mosses and liverworts. Mosses and the liverworts. Those ones we see on the wall, like carpet. You can actually use our hand to peel them. They look like carpets on the walls. You see them in what's it called? In wet places or damp places on the walls. So they are bryophytes. They are like carpet. We can peel them out with our bare hands. So they are bryophytes, followed by the pteridophytes. Pteridophytes are the what? They are higher plants. They are higher plants. So in terms of secondary growth, we have it in what in the pteridophyte because they are bigger than the talophytes and the bryophytes. But the other examples we have here are monocots and dicots. These ones are also under pteridophytes. They're also under pteridophytes. So we have talophytes, we have bryophytes, we have what tracheophytes. Talophytes is the smallest plant. And we have the bryophyte, and the third one is the tracheophytes. The tracheophytes are the vascular plants, plants that have vascular bundles, they have xylem, they have phloem. So under that tracheophyte, we now have the pteridophyte and the spermatophytes. So, but the point here is that plants that have secondary thickening or they undergo secondary growth are the pteridophytes. So we'll go on to the next question. Number 7, the fungi are distinct group of eukaryotes, mainly because they have what? Before we answer this question, I would like us to quickly go to the meaning of eukaryotes. There are two groups of organisms. We have the prokaryotes and the eukaryotes. Prokaryote is spelled as P-R-O-K-A-R-Y-O-T-E-S. P-R-O-K-A-R-Y-O-T-E-S. Prokaryotes. Prokaryotes are those organisms that do not have a definite nucleus. They don't have a definite what nucleus. For example, bacteria. Bacteria do not have what a definite nucleus. They only have nuclear materials in the cell. You can't say this is the nucleus. It's not defined. It's just scattered in the cell. But for the eukaryotes, these ones have a definite nucleus. You can actually see the nucleus in the cell when you observe them with a microscope or thereabout. But the fact is that the fungi are distinct group because is it that they have spores, or they have no chlorophyll, they have many floating bodies, or they undergo sexual and asexual reproduction? The right answer here is what? They have no chlorophyll. Fungi do not have chlorophyll. Fungus is singular, fungi is plural. So fungi in plural form, they do not have what? Chlorophyll. A practical example is the mushroom. Mushroom that some people eat mushroom. That mushroom you see growing on a dead log of wood is not a plant. It does not have chlorophyll. It undergoes what? Saprophytic nutrition. It does not have chlorophyll. It does not undergo photosynthesis. So it is the answer here is what? Option B. They do not have chlorophyll. That's why they are distinct. They are peculiar in what? In the kingdom of living things. We go to number 8. An arthropod that is destructive at early stage of its life cycle is what? What is the name of that arthropod that is destructive, that destroys things at an early stage? We have butterfly, we have mosquitoes, we have bees, and we have millipedes. So the answer here is what? What is the young stage of butterfly? We call it what? Caterpillar. The young stage of mosquito is what? Is irregular. Well, the answer here is what? Butterfly, because that caterpillar, which is the young stage of butterfly, destroys leaves. Most of us who have been to the farm before would have seen that green colored animal. You see it with it's like maggot, but green in color. It destroys leaves, destroys a lot of things in the farm. So the answer is what? Butterfly, because the caterpillar grows to form what? Butterfly. So butterfly young stage is called caterpillar, which is destructive in the farm. So number 9, talking about an animal body that can be cut along its axis in any plane. In bracket, the main point here is in any plane. In any plane is the main point we need to notice, because animals can be cut in different planes. We have some being cut in one plane, some can be cut in many planes, some cannot be cut in any plane. So, but the point here is that the animal body that can be cut along its axis in any plane to give two identical parts is said to be what? I'll give you a good example of this. The human body. If you cut, how can we cut a human body such that each part will resemble the other part? I repeat, how can we cut the human body, or let me say a fish now? How can you cut a fish into two such that one part resembles the other part? What do? We cut from the head and down like that. That in that case, we'll have two equal halves. But if you cut at the middle of the fish, the top will not resemble the bottom part, because that is not how to cut it. But there are some organisms that no matter how you cut them, that extra part resembles what the other parts. What I mean is this: some living things, when you cut them, even if you cut them from their dorsal parts, that part still resembles the other part that is remaining. So those organisms are said to be what? They're said to be radially symmetrical, because there's no how you cut them, they still look like what? The parent plants. So that's what we call what? Radial symmetry. A good example of this is sponges. Sponges are members of phylum Porifera. The poriferans are what? They are radially symmetrical. No matter how you cut them, that part still resembles the other part that is remaining. We also have another example, starfish. If you cut starfish in any plane, that part you have cut resembles the remaining parts. So those parts are called radially symmetrical organisms. But for human beings, we can only be cut in one plane. Human beings can be cut in just one plane, from the head down. And if you cut that like that, we'll have one part resembling the other part. So human beings are not radially symmetrical, but we are what? We are bilaterally symmetrical, because can only what? Be cut in one plane. But those that can be cut in any plane at all to give two identical parts are radially symmetrical. So we'll go to number 10. Which of the following possesses mammary gland? Mammary gland is that particular gland that produces what? Milk. It produces milk, which is used to breastfeed the young ones. Mammary gland is called what? The gland that produces what? Milk that goes to the breast, which is used to what? To breastfeed the young ones. We have dogfish, we have whale, we have shark, and we have catfish. Possessing mammary gland is a feature of mammals. Only mammals have what? Mammary glands. Non-mammals do not have mammary glands. So among the options we have here, which of them is a mammal? Is it dogfish? Is it whale, shark, or catfish? The answer is whale. Whale is aquatic, but yet it is still what a mammal. It's aquatic, but what? But it's a mammal. So mammals are actually aquatic. Not all mammals are terrestrial. So that's the answer. I think is there any question? I heard a sound now. Hello? Is there a question from
No,
anybody?
no questions, sir. You can continue, please.
All right. The feature that links birds to reptiles in evolution is the possession of what? What is that similarity between birds and reptiles? We know birds can fly. Birds can fly. Reptiles cannot fly. They are terrestrial. Let me go into the vertebrate kingdom. You know, vertebrates are organisms that have backbones. Those who don't have backbones are called invertebrates. So, but in the vertebrate kingdom, we have 5 classes. There are 5 classes of vertebrates. We have the class Pisces, Pisces, followed by class Amphibia, then class Reptilia, class Aves, and class Mammalia. I repeat, class Pisces, class Amphibia, class Reptilia, class Aves, and class Mammalia. Based on evolution, we believe that those organisms evolve from what? From pre-existing organisms. For example, now we have class Pisces is the first one. Those that came after Pisces evolved from Pisces. For example, the amphibians, toads and frogs, they evolved. They grew from fishes. That's the belief of biologists, that fishes are the first to come. Then the ones that came after them grew or evolved from them. So it means that toads and frogs came from what? From fishes. So after amphibia, we have reptiles. Reptiles are also known to come from amphibians. It means that lizards, snakes, and crocodiles, they came from what? From toads and frogs and the likes. So that's what we believe in evolution. And we now also believe that birds, class aves, they also grew from reptiles. So it means that if birds actually grew from reptiles, there should be a similarity between them. If they came from reptiles, in that case, there should be a what? There should be a similarity between them. So in this case, the similarity is what? Is it the feathers? Do they both have feathers? Do they both have beak? Do they both have skeleton? Or what do they have in common? So the answer here is what? Is scales. Is what? Is scales. So we'll go to the next one. If you look at the bodies of reptiles, like the body of lizards, you will see scales on their bodies. Lizards have scales. And if you look at the legs of chicken or birds, they also have scales. I believe we've observed this thing before. If you look at the bodies of what's it called? Crocodiles, is scaly. The legs of birds, chicken, turkey, they're also what? Scaly. So that's a common thing between them. We'll go to the next question. Counter shading is an adaptive feature that enables animals to do what? Counter shading. Is it to fight enemies, to remain undetected, to warn enemies, or to attract mates? Counter shading. Counter shading is one of the mechanisms used by animals to prevent what? To prevent being killed, or to prevent being preyed upon in their habitats, so that they can be safe. They do what? Counter shading. So the answer is what? To remain undetected, to remain unnoticed in their habitats, so that they will be free from what? From predators. We go to number 13. Which of the following plant structures lacks a waterproof cuticle? Which of the following plant structures lacks a waterproof cuticle? One thing we should note in this question is that cuticle has a function. What is the function of cuticle first, before we now go to which one does not have a cuticle? Cuticle is that part of the plant that helps to prevent what? Excessive loss of water. Prevent what? Excess loss of water. If the body of a plant is cuticularized, then that plant is protected against what? Against loss of water, against transpiration. So the shoot of the plant, that part of the plant above the soil is exposed to the sun. In that case, for example, the stem of the plant is exposed, the leaves are exposed, the flowers are exposed. So there is high tendency that they will lose water to the environment. So they need to be what? They need to be protected from losing water. So they need to have what? Cuticle. So cuticle helps to prevent the plant parts from losing water to the environment to prevent transpiration. So, but the roots of the plant are in the soil. They do not need such protection. So in that case, the roots of the plants, they lack what? A waterproof cuticle. So that's one thing we should note. So the root is the answer. We go to the next part. In the mammalian male reproductive system, the part that serves as a passage for both urine and semen is what? Let's go to the mammalian male reproductive system. What part serves as passage for both urine and semen? So, for those of us who have studied this topic before, there's a part of the body of the male where urine is where urine passes to the external environment, and that is the penis is that organ that conducts what urine and semen outside. But there's a particular passage where the urine and semen will pass before it gets out of the male parts. And the answer is what? Urethra. Urethra. Option A is the answer, urethra. Option B says urethra. There's always this confusion among students concerning this urethra and urethra. The two of them are actually different. I will explain to us. Urethra, the first option here, is found in the penis. It lines the penis. It's inside. But urethra, the option B, let's mind the spelling. The option B, that one is that it connects the kidney to the bladder. It connects the kidney to the bladder. So ureter is that structure that connects the kidney to the bladder. So we'll go to the next one, number 15. In plants, which of the following is required in minute quantities for growth? Which one is required in minute quantities for growth? When we say minute, it means small quantity. That is minute. So it means that we're talking about a micronutrient. There are two types of nutrients in plants. We have the micronutrient and the macronutrients. Micro, MI, is the one needed in small quantity, while macro, MA, is required in large amounts. So we have copper, we have potassium, we have phosphorus, and we have sodium. So which of them is a micronutrient? The answer is copper. Copper is not needed in what? A large amount. Number 16 is the next one. Which of the following organisms is both parasitic and autotrophic? Both parasitic and still what? Autotrophic. All plants, most of the plants are what? Are autotrophic. Why? They can manufacture their own food. Most plants are autotrophic. But which one also has a parasitic ability? We have sundew, we have loranthus, we have rhizopus, and we also have tapeworm. All these ones are not plants. Tapeworm is not a plant. Rhizopus is also not a plant. The answer is sundew. Sundew is a parasitic and still autotrophic plant. So number 17, a function of the hydrochloric acid produced in the human stomach during digestion is to do what? Can we see my screen? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
yes.
So number 17
I
says
can see us.
a function of the hydrochloric acid produced in the human stomach during digestion is to do what? So we should also note that the stomach has 3 secretions. There are 3 things we can find in the stomach. Number 1 is we can find HCl. Number 2, we have enzymes in the stomach. Number 2, we also have what? Mucus lining in the stomach. And I will explain the function of each of them to us. The mucus in the stomach helps to what? To protect the stomach wall against the effects of the acid. There's an acid in the stomach that helps in digestion. But if the acid is there and there is no cover for the stomach, then the stomach is in danger because the acid can actually attack the stomach. So we have a mucus lining that covers the stomach wall to prevent the action of the acid on the stomach. So we are safe from the effect of the acid. So what it only does is to help us in digestion of food. So which one is the answer among these options? Neutralize the effects of bile, coagulate milk,
protein, stop the action of the xylem, break up food into smaller particles. Which one is the answer? One thing we should notice is that bile is not found in the stomach at all. So bile is out of it. Bile is emptied into the small intestine. So bile is not found there. Coagulate milk protein is not done by what? It's not done by the HCl. So, but stop the action of ptyalin is correct because ptyalin is alkaline. Ptyalin is found in the mouth region. It is the enzyme that helps to what, digest carbohydrates in the mouth. So by nature, ptyalin is what? Ptyalin is alkaline. So the content that enters the stomach is alkaline. So the acid there helps to neutralize the alkalinity of the ptyalin, making the food in the stomach what? Neutral. So we'll go to number 18. Which of the following is a polysaccharide? Poly means what? Complex. Saccharide means what? Sugar. Polysaccharide means complex sugar. So we have glucose, we have sucrose, we have maltose, and we have cellulose. Glucose is a monosaccharide, simple sugar. Sucrose and maltose are what? They are both disaccharides. They are reducing sugars. Why cellulose is called what? A polysaccharide, a complex sugar. So the answer there is what? Cellulose, polysaccharide. So let's go to number 19. Do I still have more time?
Please, you can just round up in the next 3 minutes, please.
All right. So we go to the next, this diagram, that's number 19. Use the diagrams below to answer this question 19 and 20. The diagram is this. Arrows represent directional movement, materials, transportation in the xylem is. So the question is, transport in the xylem is represented by what? Which of the following arrows? Is it I? Is it II? Is it 3 or is it 4? Which one represents xylem movement? We need to first understand the role of xylem in the plant. Xylem is a vascular but tissue, the conducting tissue. It tends to transport materials in the plant. Also have phloem as what? A vascular tissue for conduct of what? Materials. But they actually transfer different things. Xylem helps to transport water. Phloem transports what? Manufactured food. And we know in that case, they will have different directions because water is not found in the leaves. Water is found in what? In the soil. So water is supposed to move upwards because water is found in the soil. At the same time, manufactured food is supposed to move what? Downwards. Why? Because food is manufactured in what? In the leaves. Leaves is where we have the flowers. So from the flowers, food is transported from the flowers to the stem, then to the roots, so that the whole plant can have a fair share of food. So there's always upward and downward movement of materials. The upward one is what? Water movement. Downward is what? Food movement. So in that case, xylem is responsible for what? Water transport. So let's look at the arrows. Which one is pointing upwards? I want one of the students to answer this question. Which of them is pointing upwards?
I can see your screen, please.
All right, let me share it again.
I think that should be the last question, please.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Not yet. Not yet.
Can anybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, fine. In that case, which of them? I need the student to tell me the answer to this question. Which of them is xylem? Which of the arrows? Xylem is from downwards to upwards. Water transport.
I.
I is pointing, is going from up to down. That's food transport from the leaves to the roots. That's food. Talking about xylem now. Xylem, IV, fine. IV is the answer. As water in the soil is taken to the leaves. That's xylem transport. So we'll call it a day. Let me talk. I think I should talk about number 20 because it's just here. The arrow labeled II is what? We have oxygen release, we have So the answer here is what is A, release of oxygen, because oxygen leaves the leaves during photosynthesis. For those of us who know the equation of the reaction, 6CO2 plus 6H2O giving us C6H12O6 plus 6O2. So O2 is given out afterwards photosynthesis. So the answer is A, release of oxygen during photosynthesis. So we'll stop there. I wish you best of luck. Please, I want us to take note of those points I mentioned earlier so that we can have good grades. Best of luck to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Salman. Thank you for that presentation, wonderful presentation. I must be sincere with you. We have gained a lot. We have gained a lot. You have been able to give us a very good tip in passing UTME. God bless you. And may God continue to enrich your brain, prolong your life for us all in Jesus' name. And right now, I will quickly, because we don't have time, according to the schedule, we're supposed to finish by 2 o'clock. And so I'm inviting the mathematics guru right now, the mathematics guru in town, the one and only olùkọ́ tí ń kọ́ mathematics ní èdè Yorùbá pẹ̀lú ilé-iṣẹ́ Sci Africa in person of Mr. Babs, the Babatunde, Mr. Babs. Thank you for joining. The mic is now yours. Thank you.
All right, guys. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to all our UTME candidates on this call. So without wasting more of our time, we are going to run through some questions. However, let me also say that we'll be doing more on questions that are related to further mathematics. I don't have to remind us that in JAMB exams, math exams, it is called math, but you'll be having the mix of mathematics, this is general math, and of course, you'll also be having what we call further mathematics. And a very fast one, if you're my last class, I shared some tips of how you can answer questions in your exam, in your JAMB exam. So I'll just run through it in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, strategies for taking your UTME math exam. Number one, which is the very important thing, ensure that you answer the easy questions first. Don't wait on one question and be trying to resolve it, and it's taking longer time than usual. If you have 50 questions, so at least you should be expecting that you should spend a minute on a question. So answer easy questions first, then you can now come back later to those difficult questions. Number two, read the questions carefully. Ensure that you are reading questions carefully and you don't make mistake of taking an intermediate answer for your final answer. Please understand meaning of terms used in questions. There are some mathematical terms. You have got to be familiar with them when we say integers, real numbers, even numbers, odd numbers, prime numbers, complementary angles, supplementary angles, all these terms, be familiar. Please familiarize yourself with basic mathematical facts. We have some laws of logarithm, laws of indices, trigonometric ratio, standard angles. Please go and remember yourself on all of this. Also, familiarize yourself with mathematical identities. A good example is difference of two squares. So how do you expand some identity? A plus B all squared, A minus B all squared. Please work with all of this. And in the questions of word problems, you'll be expecting to see questions that are word problems. Please ensure that you set up an equation where necessary to solve your word problems. Questions that deal with geometry or trigonometry, please ensure that you sketch a diagram to solve them if the question doesn't come in the diagram. And another one, please ensure that you simplify and expand algebraic expressions. So when you are given a question that deals with letters, maybe they say x plus y over x over y minus y over x, take your time. Expand those algebraic expressions first, simplify them before you can solve further. Please, when you are solving your math questions, it is one good thing that after getting an answer, you can try to check. We call it work backward from your answers. If your answer is, let's say A, x is 2, put 2 in that question. Will it give you the necessary answer. So work backward. That means you check if your answer is correct. And the last but not the least, make an educated guess by elimination. Why do I say this? To improve your time of working on questions, especially difficult questions, you are advised to make intelligent guesses by eliminating unreasonable options. Like, let me tell you this, UTME or JAMB will give you about 5 options. One option is the most correct. Most correct. Others might also be an option because they are there as an intermediate answer. So there are some answers that, oh, this one cannot be there. So you have to eliminate by intelligent guess. So if you probably eliminate 3 out of 5, then you know that you are working around 2 answers. This at least will solve the time wastage. Having said all of this, I want to believe that we are now ready to kickstart. You know, math is more of a solution solving, so I'll be doing more of solving. So just let's move on that. So I'm going to share my screen. So I'll share my screen so that you see the questions and we can move from there. A minute, I'll share my screen now. Please, can you all see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your picture. I think it's still showing. Oh, okay. I think the thing is still coming up. You need to share the screen. Okay. Okay.
Can we see it now?
I think it remains small. It's showing us not now. Share new notes. Share existing
Yes,
notes.
yes. So we're good. So I'm going to also log in with another device so that you can see where we'll be taking questions from. Just give me a minute.
What we are seeing is the color tune or something. Okay. Hello, Mr. Babs.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, we are seeing that you are calling. Can you just okay, good.
So can we go now?
Yeah. We are seeing South Africa background. Okay.
So I want to believe you can see my screen now. Right?
Yes.
So my one question, can you see the other screen, please?
Yes.
I have 2 screens ongoing. I have one with a question.
We can only see the one writing title.
Okay. Okay. Just a minute. Can you see it now?
I'm just seeing your picture, please. Your picture. Okay, good. We can see the question. We can see the question now. I can see the question. Question 1 saying the binary operation is defined as the set of real numbers
I cannot
by.
see the question.
You will see it. I think it's from your hand.
Can you see it now?
Just I can see the question.
So we're going with those questions. If you check, most of those questions there, they are basically binary operations. So we'll just take one or two from there, then we'll move to another one. Binary operation is one of topics that you should expect. Number one question is saying a binary operation star is defined over the set of real numbers by, so the rule here, which is very simple, M star N. Please, can you see my board?
Your board, we can't see your board. We can just see the question alone.
Okay. I think I have to write the question. I can't present twice.
Yes, you
So
cannot present twice.
I'm actually logging with two devices, so I'm thinking to present question and of course present my working screen. So let me do it this way. I'll just take the question. Can you see my screen now?
Not yet.
Now you see my
You're
screen.
about to share you're about to share your screen now. Okay. Yes. Yes. M star N.
Yes. Now, going by the question that we just shared, so I think I'm going to go with the question by calling it out. We have M star N is 2 into M plus N plus Mn. That is the binary operation that we're given. We are told that if 5 star Y equals to 2 star Y, we should find the value of Y. Now, that is just quite very simple. Please let me say to you that anytime you're doing binary operations, it comes with a rule. So the rule here is very simple, that M star N is what? 2 into M plus N plus Mn. That is the rule. We are told that 5 star Y is the same thing as 2 star Y. So the first thing we do is, let's check 5 star Y. So how do we solve this? We solve it using the ideal of the rule that we are given. And in that case, it means that this is m star n. Our m is 5, our y is n. So that will be 2 into 5 plus, what is our n, which is y, plus, what is our m? 5. N, which is y. That is following the rule. And after doing that, we are just going to carry our normal maths expansion. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times y is 2y. Plus 5 times y is 5y. So that will be 10 plus 7y. So that is what 5 star y will give us. To the right hand side, 2 star y now will still follow the m star n. That will be 2 into, in that case, what is our m? M is what? 2 again, plus n, which is y, plus mn. M is 2, n is y. So by the time we expand that bracket, we have 4 plus 2y plus another 2y. So we have 4 plus 4y. Having done that, remember we are told that 5 star y is 2 star y, and we are looking for y. So that implies that 10 plus 7y equals to 4 plus 4y. Are we good? So what do? We collect like terms. So in that sense, I will have 7y minus 4y and equals 4 minus 10. It's as simple as that. 7 minus 4y is 3y. 4 minus 10 is minus 6. Divide both sides by 3. We have y equals to minus 2. So which means that from that question that I shared earlier, our y is minus 2. Using the idea of what I taught you not quite long about your strategy, that you can check. If I put anywhere I see y now, 5 star minus 2 will be the same thing as 2 star minus 2. You can check that by using this rule that we are given in the question. What is the rule? M star n equals 2 into m plus n plus mn. So that is that. Question 2. Please, if you have questions, you can unmute yourself and ask a question. Question 2 is talking about what we call derivative. The derivative of 2 all over root x with respect to x so that is under differentiation. So we need to differentiate this. And how do you differentiate? It's just very simple. What I will just do is I will let y equals to what we are given there. Y, I will say let y equals to 2 over root x. The other time when I was talking about strategy, I talked about simplifying. Now, let me remind you that root x also means x raised to power 2. Sorry, x raised to power half. So in that case, now this will be 2 all over x raised to power half. So in that case, y will now be 2 over x raised to power half, which I can also simplify further to be 2 times 1 over x raised to power half. I have not started differentiating. I'm only trying to simplify it to make it easier for us. So if y equals to 2 times 1 over x raised to power half, from the law of indices, recall that 1 over x raised to power a will be s raised to power minus a. So in that sense, I will have 2 times x raised to power minus 1 over 2. So at the end of the day, I have simplified my y to be 2x raised to power minus half. Now I can differentiate. I will now say dy dx. Dy dx here simply means that it's a very simple thing. I'm going to use whatever I have here, this power, to multiply everything. Minus 1 over 2 times 2x raised to a minus half minus 1. That is the law of differentiation. You use the power to multiply 2x, then remove 1 from the power. If I do that, these 2 will take care of these 2. So all I will have is minus x minus 1 over 2 minus 1. And at the end of that will give me minus x. If you do minus 1 over 2 minus 1, you are going to have minus 3 over 2. I won't leave it like this, because the questions was given in terms of, can you see the question? It was given in terms of square root, 2 over root x. So I'm going to simplify my answer further now. If I want to do that, what do? I can say that minus, this will be 1 over x raised to power 3 over 2. Still following the idea of indices. Now, if I still want to simplify further, I will say minus 1 over. Now, this 3 raised to power 2 can be x raised to power half, everything raised to power 3. It's still the same thing. But by the time you open that bracket, that will be 3 times 1 over 2, and that will be 3 over 2. So which means that I can also say that the y ds will be minus 1 over, what I have here now, x raised to power half, I told you is what? Root x. Root x. Everything raised to power 3. So that is what we are going to have. Now, you can actually leave it like this based on the answer. And you can also stop like this. But either of the two, it depends on how the answer is being left. So you have to look at the format of the answer. So the format of the answer will tell you what to do. Now let's look at another question. This question is talking about integration. So find the value of integral of 1, 3, 3x minus 2 squared dx. Find the value of this integral of 3x minus 2 squared dx. with the upper integral limit of 3 and lower integral limit of 1. Now, what you have here is what we call a definite integral. Any integral that has a lower limit and upper limit is called a definite integral. And what you are going to have as a final answer is a number. Every time you are dealing with integral that have both upper and lower limits, all you are going to have is a figure as your final answer. So you are not expecting to have something like algebra, maybe like 2x or 4x squared plus 2x. No. So let me help you now. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, I want to expand what I have here, which is 3x minus 2 squared. If I expand it, which I know you know, it will give you 9x squared minus 12x plus 4. So the question will now be the integral of 9x squared minus 12x plus 4 dx between 1 and 3. So I'm going to integrate using our integral rule. And the integration rule is very simple. Just like in differentiation, we do multiplication and subtraction. In integration, we do addition and we also do division. It's just like an inverse of differentiation. So how do I integrate this now? To integrate this means that I'm going to have 9x 2 plus 1 over 2 plus 1. That's how we do it. Minus 12x. This x, there's an infinity one on it. 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1 plus this 4 is what we call a constant in integration. So when we integrate a constant, you have that 4 with the value of your integration, which is our x. So it becomes 4x. That's how we integrate constants. Become 4x. Our lower limit from the question is 1. Upper limit is 3. You write it there like that. So this will give us 9x raised to the power 3 all over 3 minus 12x squared over 2 plus 4x. We still have our limit 1 and 3. Something can take care of themselves here. 3 here 1 in 9 is 3. 2 here 1 in 12 is 6. So you're going to have 3x raised to the power 3 minus 6x squared plus 4x. The limit is 1 to 3. Now, what it means is this. You are going to start with the upper limit first. Anywhere we see x, we are going to put 3. So that will be 3 into 3 raised to the power 3 minus 6 into 3 raised to the power 2 plus 4 into 3. We close that bracket. Minus, now we're going to use the lower limit. Anywhere we see x now, we put 1. 3 into 1 raised to the power 3 minus 6 into 1 raised to the power 2 plus 4 into 1. So when we do the mathematics there, we observe that we are just going to have the first bracket. When you do it very well, 3 raised to the power 3 is 27. 27 times 3. That should give us 81. 3 raised to the power 2 is 9. 9 times 6 is 54. Plus 12. By the time we do the subtraction, we are going to have 39. Minus the second bracket here. 1 raised to the power 3 is 3. 1 raised to power 3 is 1. 3 times 1 is 3. 1 raised to power 2 is still 1. 6 times 1 is 6. 4 times 1 is 4. So 3 minus 6. 3 minus 6 will give us minus 3. Minus 3 plus 4 will give us 1. So 39 minus 1 is 38. Like I told you, anytime you are dealing with definite integral, you are going to have a value as your answer. It is only when you are dealing with indefinite integral, you get a combination of numbers and letter. So please, let's take note of that. Now I'm going to move to another idea. And this is
Thank you,
talking
sir. We
about
don't have much
matrix.
time. You don't have much time
Sir?
again. We
Okay,
don't
let
have
me
much
just
time again.
round
You
this
can
up
just
here.
okay. Thank you, sir.
Let me just round it up here with this, as simple as this. So the question is on matrix. Like I said, I'll be giving much attention to further mass parts of UTME. So find the value of x plus y if 3, 2, 2, 3 x, y equals to 1, 4. This is idea of matrices. And how do we solve this? Matrices is one of the simple concepts in further mathematics. And you'll be seeing a lot of them in your maths, and they are very simple. So let's just solve this and go. Now, what we are going to do is very simple. We are asked to find x and y. And before we can find x and y, we need to solve this matrix. And what we do is what we call matrix multiplication. And we're also going to do equality of matrix. So let me show you. There's what we call 77 in matrix. Look at it. So that is a 7. And how do I do it? 3 times x, that will be 3x. 2 times y, that will be plus 2y equals to, that is 1. That first number there. Then under 77 again. 2 times x plus 3 times y. And because I'm on the second row, that will equals to what? To 4. This has given us a linear, simultaneous linear equations. Equation 1 and 2. We are going to solve it simultaneously. And how do I do it? I will just say multiply equation 1 by 2. So this method now is taking us to understanding of simultaneous equation. So which you have done in maths. What I'm going to do here is what we call solution by substitution. Or you can also do solution by elimination. Whichever one you think is fine with you. But now what I'm going to do now is just by substitution. And what do I mean? From equation 1, I can say 3x equals to 1 minus 2y. And x is 1 minus 2y over 3. Sorry for that. So having got that, we are going to substitute this into equation 2. So that will be 2 into 1 minus 2y over 3 plus 3y equals to 4. So if I do that, I will have 2 minus 4y over 3 plus 3y equals to 4. So to make it just easier, I'll just multiply through by 3. This will give me 2 minus 4y plus 9y equals to 12. So that will give me minus 4y plus 5y. That is 5y equals to 12. So 5y will equal to 12 minus 2. And 5y will give me 10. And y will give me what? 2. So if y give me 2, I will come back to the x. Anywhere I see y, I will put 2 there. Recollect that x is what? 1 minus 2y sorry for that break. So let's recollect that x is 1 minus 2y over 3. One minus 2y over 3. So to get our x now, I will have 1 minus 2 into 2 over 3. And that will be 1 minus 4 over 3. And that will be minus 3 over 3 equals to minus 1. So by so doing, we've gotten x equals to minus 1. And we have gotten y equals to 2. But if you remember the question says find the value of x plus y. So x plus y now, please don't forget, you have to read question thoroughly. So it means that x plus y now will be minus 1 plus 2, and that will give us 1. So basically, you have learned how we can do what we call matrix multiplications here, and how we can get the value for another matrix. Also, in this same question, you've also learned how we can transform matrix to simultaneous equations, just like we have done. And in simultaneous equations, you can either solve by substitution or elimination. In this method now, I have only solved by substitution. You can also solve by elimination. If you want to do that on your own, just multiply equation 1 by 2 and multiply equation 2 by 3. You still get the same value for x and y. And that is the beauty of mathematics. So because of our time, I am going to stop here. And while I stop here, I will just give you one thing to play with. So just play with it, and you can give me the answer. In whether you are watching from Facebook, just drop it in the comment box. And if you're in the WhatsApp group, you can also drop it in the WhatsApp group. And this is the question. So very simple. I call it DIY, do it yourself. So let me just dictate it so that we don't waste much time so that we can go. The gradient of the curve, I want to believe students are writing. I want the answers in the chat room. If you're on WhatsApp in the student community, you can drop it there. If you are watching from Facebook, you can also drop it in the comment box under our post, under this video. And this is the question for the DIY. I call it do it yourself. Set the gradient of the curve y equals 4 root x minus 3 over x at the point x equals to 1 is A1, B2, C3, D5. So play with that question. It's another lovely question in your past questions. Let me just give you this hint in it when we say gradient of the curve, the word gradient also means derivative. The word gradient means derivative. So the equation of the curve is what? Y equals 4 root x minus 3 over x. So when they now say find the gradient, that means they want you to differentiate it. When you differentiate it, which is dy dx, in your final answer, they say at the point x equals to 1. So in your dy dx, that final answer, put x as 1. So at the end of the day, you are going to get a single value, just like you see the option. Is the option 1? Is it 2? Is it 3 or 5? So anytime you hear the word gradient, it means dy dx, derivative. And at the point means that after you have differentiated, any point you see x in your answer, put that value of 1. So I'll be expecting to hear solution in that box or in the comment section under this video on Facebook. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Babs. Thank you for that great, in fact, for that great acronym, which is do it yourself. So once you discover a lot of things yourself, I bet you will never forget. You will never forget. Thank you for joining, everyone. Thank you to the tutors. Thanks to the students, and thanks everyone, even the CEO. We appreciate every one of you, and we pray that every one of you will come out in flying colors. We are going to be ending it here. Never forget to notify your friends, log in into our app, download the app, you learn a lot. Thank you, and God bless you. Next week, Saturday, we are not going to be meeting because it's going to be UTME period. So, by the special grace of God, we'll pray we are going to be hearing good results from you guys. So, have a wonderful time and remain blessed. Thank you. Bye for now.